to James Lawrence Sturm III, an attempt a speech worthy of the man that he has become. So I made a few goals for myself, and in Jamie Sturm fashion, I put them into a concise, orderly list, efficiently and effectively organized into alphabetical order. A, appropriate. I definitely can't say anything that's going to put me on a list of the worst specimen of all time. B, blitheful. Now, I'll be honest, I had to look this up online because I needed a B word that meant funny. C, charismatic. D, deeply profound. E, eloquent. Husky. Wait a minute, I think that was supposed to be an F word. But since we brought it up, that reminds me of a story about Jamie in English class in high school. So we were supposed to be coming up with onomatopoeia, like words that sound like the sound they're supposed to make. We were sitting in class, and Jamie sits there with this really deep look on his face, and all of a sudden says, "Husky." Like, Jamie, I don't think that husky is a word. It's like, no, listen, husky. No, that's the way you're saying it. It's not the actual word. So, but don't worry, that's not the best word that I have. I just needed something to get started. So, speaking of potentially embarrassing things, I took the liberty of going through all of our old high school yearbooks, and Brian Moore and Brandon helped me flag all of the pictures that he had. And so I'm going to pass them around. Now, whether or not any of them is actually embarrassing, I won't say. But I get to watch him wonder what pictures he might be looking at. So, can you pull these out?
Yeah, he's sweating.
Yeah. I cannot believe he did that.
So, here they are conveniently flagged.
Oh my God! Oh no, Jamie!
Oh man!
Very interesting.
This is group participation.
So, but I believe that I was telling you about my speech preparations. I put many hours of deep lucubration into my relationship with Jamie, and I decided that our entire relationship can be summed up with one word: underwear. Yes, that is right. I'm going to tell you the story of my relationship with Jamie from the perspective of our underwear. Number one, tighty-whities. This is the kind of underwear that we wanted to pee in every time our 5th grade teacher, Mrs. Roseberry, looked at us. Our crush on her was the foundation of our friendship.
It's true.
Jamie decided
It's true.
one day to invite me over to his house. They came and picked me up in that red van, and I don't remember what all we did that day, but I remember that at some point we decided to make a PowerPoint presentation about how attractive Ms. Roseberry was. And it was deeply profound. I remember the first slide was something like, "What is hot?" The next slide, "What is hotter?" What is hotter than the sun? Ms. Roseberry. So I'm sorry, Caroline, but it was from very early on that I knew that Jamie would be interested in older women. Number 2, boxers. We progressed to bigger and better things, and our friendship grew stronger. Here's a picture. Brandon, if you can get that. Here's a picture of Jamie at a convention in high school. We decided that the best way to celebrate being in a club dedicated to being smart, motivated kids was to jump on the beds in a hotel room.
It's crazy.
And so here I must say that seeing Jamie in his boxers gave me flashbacks of a more recent boxer experience that he and I had together. Brandon, if you would.
Are they the ones I packed?
were in Israel. Jamie decided to fly and meet us for our trip to Israel. But he decided to lay over a day in Turkey, where he wanted to get his tan on, probably in preparation for, you know, for the wedding. And he fell asleep, and I believe he refers to it as the devil's sun. He had the worst sunburn I have ever seen. And so, the entire first time in Israel, which a lot of it was in the desert, he was miserable, wearing full-length clothing. And at one point, Brandon, if you would flip to the next one, he had to cover himself in yogurt in an attempt to alleviate the pain. And I, being the good friend that I am, took lots of pictures, if you would, Brandon, and laughed at him. I also told him that these pictures would never see the light of day. So I'm sorry. All right, another one? Then one more. So, Caroline, I know that the wedding night is just tomorrow night, but try to contain yourself. Which brings me to number 3, the Great Britain Speedo.
Oh no.
I will tell you, I tried so hard to get the video of this one, but our high school, we did this thing called the Mr. FCHS pageant. So our freshman year, it's where a bunch of guys get up on stage, they parade around, and pretend like it's beauty pageant, but it's guys. And so our own James Sturm was representing the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. So you imagine our surprise, and also most of the girls' amazement, when he did a pseudo striptease, revealing his Union Jack Speedo to the audience. So
Do not show
to represent that, I have one more picture. Brandon. He was doing his best Austin Powers impersonation.
Oh my gosh, is that you?
No. That's Austin Powers.
No, he was less hairy back then. So, I'm sorry, Caroline, but it was at this moment when I knew that Frankfurt's very own International Men of Mystery would have a flavor for foreign women. Number 4, socks. Yes, these are technically an undergarment, and this is the most romantic part of my bromance with Jamie. But before you have the story, and I probably need to just look at you for this one, you need to know something if he hasn't told you. It's very important. He numbers his socks. He numbered them in high school so that he can make sure that the same sock matched up to the same one each time. And what's worse is that he kept an Excel document to keep track of them.
It's true.
Once again, being a great best friend, I made fun of him for it. But every day at school became a game to try to guess what number socks he was wearing. So we're playing Ultimate Frisbee one day, and this had been on for probably 3 months, I would say. And we're out there playing, and I said, Jamie, I think you're wearing the 31s. Was it the 31s?
19s.
19s. It was the 19s.
Was the right one.
And he said, you know what? And he rips off his cleat, and sure enough, he's wearing the 19s. We speed back to his house. He pulls out a Sharpie marker and signs it, hands it to me. Still sweaty from playing Ultimate Frisbee. I signed the other one, and from then on, we have carried friendship socks with us.
Dirty ones at that.
Dirty ones. It's been my refrigerator's been everywhere. And so, Caroline, I felt like it would be very symbolic for me to give you the friendship sock, but you can't have it. Because you're still going to have to share. So number 5, our high school underwear. This is not a very good story, only to tell you how serious relationship has been to the foundation of our friendship. When we graduated from high school, we decided to burn our high school underwear. So we had a big ceremony out at our farm where we burned our high school underwear. You don't remember this?
No, I don't.
I think it was your idea. Number 6, my lucky boxers. So I had boxers that I kicked in, like I kicked football in high school, so every game I kicked in these boxers. And I was lifting one day and I ripped the seat out of them. And so, kind of as a gag gift, we drove up to Michigan and I gave him these boxers that had been ripped down the butt as a graduation gift. I was sleeping on the floor of his apartment, and he woke me up that morning, pulls down his pants to show me that he's wearing the Lucky boxers. I could see his tush. So I got to watch his graduation knowing that he was bare bottom.
Wearing your Lucky boxers.
And so, to continue the saga, I have a gift for Jamie that I'd like for him to open.
Dare you?
Right now?
Yep. So, Jamie, if you would.
A gift from Thomas.
So,
Getting lucky in Kentucky.
these boxers have a story. I ran a Tough Mudder in them.
Not next to the cave.
I watched them. It was a 12-mile adventure race, and it's like you were with me the whole time. Very supportive. So I customized them, and anytime you wear them, it's like I'm with you. So Caroline might not want you to wear them on your wedding day.
Did you sign them, Jamie?
He
So
wrote on
finally, number 8, diapers. These are the underpants we will probably have to wear someday in the future, if the Lord grants us that much time on earth. The reason I included these underpants is that they symbolize that no matter what happens, I know that Jamie and Caroline will love each other from now until the day that they are wearing diapers and beyond. It will certainly be hard work, but with God at the center of your marriage, I'm confident that it will be successful. This undergarment also symbolizes the fact that Jamie and now Caroline, the two of you and I will be friends for life, and no matter how far away you may try to move away from me. So I poked a little bit of fun, but Caroline, I just want you to know that you're getting the best, most godly kind of man that there is around. In fact, not to swell his ego, but he has been my pep talk for girls who try to settle for guys that don't treat them well or just losers in general. I tell them, girls, good guys do exist. Take my friend Jamie, for example. He is trilingual. He plays trumpet, and you know what they say about trumpet players. He has a swimmer's body. He is hardworking, intelligent, loves to have fun. He's super romantic. He has a tenor voice that will make the ladies swoon. And most importantly, he loves Jesus with his whole heart. So I hope you know how terrific of a man you're getting. You're snatching off the market today, and thanks to you, now I'm going to have to go revise my pep talk. But before I get too mushy, my last roast to kick off the rest of the roast is a sampling of his beautiful tenor voice from when he sang the lead from Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat in high school. So I actually have the video clip, and I hope that the audio works well. We'll play like 2 minutes of it, but in case you want it, Caroline, I have the whole thing. So we'll try to get this pulled up, and I'll go ahead and do the toast now. So I don't have my glass, but Jamie and Caroline, may they be wearing diapers together.
Oh man.